Governor Polis is doubling down on his intent to punish cities that don't enforce state housing laws. The governor signed an executive order in May that required state agencies to identify grant money that could be used as leverage to bring cities into compliance. 6 Colorado mayors then sued. But today, the governor made it clear he is not backing down. Your political reporter Sean Boyd has been following this story from the very beginning. And Sean, the governor now issuing a second executive order.
This one identified 34 grants worth $280 million that cities could lose out on. The governor's order gives those cities until October 6th to fall in line or face the consequences.
This is the second step of the action we're taking to create more housing for Colorado.
Governor Polis put local governments on notice. Either comply with state housing laws or risk losing millions of dollars in state grants.
Everything we're doing here is tied into laws the legislature passed. They said, you know what? You have to allow an accessory dwelling unit to be built on your property. If a city's turning you down for that or adding unreasonable delays, that means they're violating the law. And of course there's consequences to that, and they're going to lose some grant funding.
Over the last 2 years, Polis has signed bills regarding everything from accessory dwelling units to residential occupancy limits, transit-oriented communities to manufactured homes, even limits on staircases and parking spaces. But some home rule cities say Colorado's Constitution gives them control over land use, not the state. Last month, Arvada, Aurora, Glendale, Greenwood Village, Lafayette, and Westminster sued the governor.
Article 20, Section 6 of the state's constitution, clearly states what local control is, and home rule authority is, and it gives us the ability to make decisions about matters, local matters like planning and zoning. And this encroaches upon that authority.
This is a statewide issue. This is not an issue that can be solved city to city to city.
Cities that don't get on board risk losing access to 34 discretionary or competitive grants, not only for housing, but transportation and energy projects.
We want to make sure we send it to the areas where taxpayers can know we're getting the biggest bang for our buck in terms of actual housing occurring.
The Colorado Municipal League says the legislature directed many of the funds to be distributed in a specific way, and Polis' executive order, it says, is inconsistent with those directives. Aurora Mayor Mike Kaufman says the 6 cities on the lawsuit plan to ask for an injunction to block the executive order from taking effect until a court renders a decision in their suit. Kaufman says the lawsuit really isn't about whether cities disagree with the state policies or not. It's about whether the state has the right to dictate those policies to these home rule cities.
Yeah, there's a lot of cities watching this all across the state.
Yeah.
See how this plays out. Thanks, Sean.